Hi all, welcome to the Stutterman Week 8. Sorry, I got the sun behind me. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch my these videos again. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to like, comment and share. The subscribe, it means a lot to me, the success of these. And hopefully I'm helping there's people out there, whether it's regarding a stammer or stutter or there's anything at all. This week's a few days late. It's been a mad week this weekend, but I really appreciate you coming back to watch these. I had to think of a topic for this week, and coming out of lockdown, people going back to work, I've chose anxiety, because I appreciate going back into work and things starting to get back to normal. A lot of people are really anxious. Having a stutter or the stammer, being nervous or anxious is probably the worst thing that we could have. I know when I'm this nervous, it makes my stutter a lot worse, and obviously being this anxious, it all contributes towards that. So I thought we'd have a little discussion about this. Firstly, I know the COVID thing has obviously been bad, and we all feel anxious enough regarding that, but hopefully you're all going back to work, you're safe and you're all okay. And yeah, it is the strange times, and I know having a stutter, you feel hard enough. It's hard to do like your general things at work. Is maybe people that have watched these videos before and watched the previous ones know that my biggest thing is the phone, making phone calls at work, picking up the phone. My stutter seems to come out the most. I seem to lose my breathing pattern and find things hard. And going back to work after quite a number of weeks off, being a bit more nervous, a bit anxious. I'm concerned. I mean, I'm not hot. The videos aren't here to say I'm cured. You guys can be cured too. They say, yes, I'm trying to find ways to help it, but I still struggle with quite a few things. I'm sure that all of you guys do too. And please tell me if being this anxious makes your stutter worse, or it might not affect you. But as far as I'm aware, being as nervous is a really big thing of having a stutter. I feel doing a lot of things I've said before can help. Taking your time. Ironically, speaking fast makes your stutter worse, and I've always talked really fast, and I tried so hard over time to slow my speech down. I don't know if you guys talk fast. If you don't, if that makes a difference to you, please feel free to comment on all of this. Yeah, going back into work, I'm feeling a bit anxious. Do the things I've said. Breathing, huge. Take deep breaths, stay calm, speak slowly. Big technique of mine's worked really well. Break longer words down in my head. I have certain words I know I stutter on. You guys might have the same. And it's in your head, you may feel that you're saying the word in 20 parts really slow, but I don't feel that people you're speaking to notice. But that breaking that word down, for example, the company I work for is called Angel Malinda. Malinda is always a word I've struggled. So in my head, I'm saying Malinda, not Malinda. And by saying it in my head, I'm breaking that word down and saying it in 3 parts, but it doesn't come across that because I'm saying Malinda. And it may sound a bit stupid, it may not, but it's really helped me. Certain words I know I struggle with, and longer words, try to break it down in your head, take your time. It works, and if this helps you, great. And again, please, anyone feel free to comment on here with any either things you struggle with or techniques that you've got that have helped you through things, situations that you've got. And let's use these groups as there's therapy between us all. I think a big way to solve anxiety and nervousness is to talk about it. And if you've got a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends that you can talk to, that's absolutely great, and do. And I know when I talk to people about things, by the end of the conversation, I feel like I've had a weight lifted off of my the shoulders and feel better about things. But I also appreciate quite a lot of people don't want to talk to the people closest to them about the things that they perceive as being wrong about themselves. So let's use this group. We don't know each other. You can say whatever you want. You can ask me to talk about specific things on a weekly basis here. I'm prepared to do this extra these videos to help these people, whatever is going to work or help. But I believe that talking is good, and I know having a stutter, and if your stutter's much worse than mine, sometimes actually talking's the hardest thing. So put this comment on here, and I will try my best to explain or give you any tips or guidance that I can. I want us all to be here together. We're a group, and obviously people watching these on a regular basis. I want us to go through this journey together, and like I've always said, feel free to share this, subscribe, whatever you want to get it out there. My goal of this is basically to get my message out there, and if I can get your guys' message out there through me as well, I'm more than happy to do that. I know people feel anxious about a lot of things. Say the videos are predominantly for people with a stutter or the stammer, so that's what I've had wrong for my life. But if you feel anxious about anything at all, and these videos help you, because it's not always what you've got wrong is with you, it's just the fact you think there is something wrong with you, and knowing that other people are in the same boat. Because as a kid I felt I'm the only one that has a stutter, I'm the only one with something wrong is with me. A few kids made there's fun of me. Now looking back on it, I'm fine, but at the time obviously it really gets to you as a kid. And sometimes just talking to people to realise you're not the only person going through the same thing is, I wouldn't say it's all you need to hear, but it's a massive step to making you feel, okay, other people deal with this. And I know some of you guys watching this and the people out there have a much worse stutter than I do. That's why I'm not here trying to get any of the sympathy. I just want to try and spread this message and almost start like this forum chat group. So yeah, going back into work, try and get your mindset. It's a good thing. Hopefully things are going back to normal, and this is my nearly the end of the second week back at work, and I feel much better about things now. I won't lie, last Monday night before my first day back, I was really nervous and start going back over things I've tried to cure myself of seeing the phone as a bad thing, and I've almost told myself I'm going to stutter before I even start to speak, which is an odd thing to say, but it's so true. And I'm sure a lot of you with a stutter, it's before I even go and say a word, I'm already telling myself you're going to struggle to say this word, oh my god, and I work myself up and get nervous and start to breathe really short and fast, and it takes a long time to get out of that. So having this break from life and work and going back into it might make you feel that you've gone backwards there's two steps, and if you have, just to realise that's fine. We're all in the same boat. This is once in a lifetime thing, I hope, for most of us. And let's go back and let's face it, let's go at it rather than hide away from it. I found with my stutter, I try so hard to be more confident and to just think, well, if I stutter, I stutter. If I don't, I don't. And it's easy to say that when I'm just talking to my phone now, but I know in real life it's not as easy as that. But honestly, try so hard to change your mindset. Just get to the point of thinking, if I stutter, I stutter. If I don't, I don't. It doesn't make a difference, because I'm fine and I'm me and it's good. And it slowly, constantly keep doing it, and put yourself in situations you're not comfortable with. And by doing it time and time again, it's not the fact that your stutter gets better, you get more confident. And by being confident, everything else starts to be easier, and you do start to stutter less. And this isn't an overnight thing. This has took me 3 to 4 years, but you have to start at some point. And if even as watching these videos on a weekly basis gives you a little bit of this confidence, do it. That is the whole point of the name. I Can the Stutter Man. It's just, yes, you've got a stutter, stammer, you struggle with your speech, but that's fine. And actually, let's just build up this confidence, and that's the first stage to trying to get there's over it a bit. All the techniques and stuff are great, but it mainly is about this confidence. And if you're confident enough to think, well, if I stutter, I stutter. If I don't, I don't. That is a massive stage. And I'm hopefully, by watching these, and I'll do these for as many weeks, months, years as I have to, even if I can help there's one of you get there's over it. Thanks a lot for taking the time to listen again. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I'd massively appreciate it if you could like, share, comment and subscribe this. I want to build up and make it this bigger, get it out to more people. It would mean a lot, so please do. Thanks a lot, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.